Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. This puzzle is called The Symbol by Zeta Math, and here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9, such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region, which is a box in this case. We also have a small difference lines, where digits adjacent on a line must differ by at most 2. So for example, if this were a 3, this would have to be 1, 2, 4, or 5 to be next to it on the small difference lines, because you must differ by at most 2. I've never actually done this type of puzzle before, so this should be interesting. Anyways, those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. One thing we do know. Okay, so what happens with 1 and 9? 1 and 9 can be next to 2 unique digits, but they can only be next to 2 unique digits. 2 could be next to 3 unique digits. So 1 cannot be here. There's nothing that covers like the whole row or the whole column here. There's nothing that covers whole boxes either. We do know one. Okay, where are not 1 and 9 in the box 5? Cannot be here, so they have to be somewhere along these lines. They can't have 3 unique digits that they are a part of, so it cannot be here or here. So 1 and 9 in box 5 has to be either here, 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 or here. So they have to be on opposite corners here. Okay, so again, these are next to 3 unique digits on the small difference lines. And 1 and 9 can only be next to 2 unique digits, right? So that's why these cannot be 1 or 9. These can't be 1 or 9 because of the 1 or 9 in the row. If this were 1, there's no way it could get to 9 here. Same with these, right? Same with this way. If this is 1, that can't be 9 there. So 1 has to be one of these 2 here, or one of these 4 here. And then 9 has to be on the opposite side. So how do you get from here to here? One of these is going to be 9. It goes to 1 here. There's a difference of 2 at most. So this goes down to 7 here. Then 5. Then 3. Then 1 to actually match this. So this is guaranteed to be 5. This is guaranteed to be 3 or 7. And then we have a 1 or 9 here. Okay. Interesting. That means 5, 3, and 7 cannot be in the remaining digits in column 5. So we have 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9 as possibilities. So, interesting. So you could have the same digit here. So 1 out of 1 or 9 is here. 4 and 6 are not going to be 2 or less away from that. So this cannot be 4 or 6. This is definitely 1, 2, 8, or 9. So these have to be the same set, quote unquote, being a low digit or, yeah. So this is 2 away from 3. It cannot be 5. It has to be, if this were 3, this would have to be 2 away from it, right? So it'd be 1 through 4 here. If this were 7, it would have to be 2 away from it. It cannot be 5. So it'd have to be 6 through 9 here. So these are all the same set. This has to be the opposite set of that. So these are orange. This has to be the same set as these. And again, it cannot be 4 or 6. This is not guaranteed to be that way, though. Because this could be... This doesn't... Both of these are neighbors with this digit. So one of them is guaranteed to be 1 or 9. Which means this has to be 2 away from 1 or 9. Which means it's 1, 2, or 8, and 9 here. That means this is the same set. Because it has to be 1, 2, or 4, 6 here. Right? So if this were 1, this would have to be 2, obviously. The question is, could this ever be... If this is not the same set as this, well, it could be over here. Possibly. I guess that's the point. It's possible. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 remaining. Interesting. So these are guaranteed to be the same set. This does not have to be, though. It could be the opposite. So this could be 4 and 6 here. It cannot be the 8 or 9 here, though. Or the 1 or 2, right? So it can't swap from here. It can swap to at most 1, 2 to 4, then 6. Or I guess it would have to be 2, 4, 6. I don't think this can ever be 2, 4, 6 either. Say this was 2, 4, and 6. 1 can only be next to one unique digit on this line, in this column, because we already have a 3, 7 pair here. Same with 9, right? So this would be next to 2 unique digits on this small difference line. Same with this. So this can never be 1 or 9 here. But say we try to have like 2, 4, 6 or 8, 6, 4 here. The problem with that is that if we try to do that, where is the 1? 1 has to be either here or here, but 1 would have to be next to 2 here, which would eliminate all possibilities to make this 2, 4, and 6. I think this sort of has to be then 1. Can this ever be 2, 4s or something? No, because it would only be 2, 4, and 6 that way. So this has to be 1 or 9 here, which makes this next 2 and 8, which makes this next 4 and 6. So this has to be all yellow, which means these are all orange. But we don't have a guaranteed pattern here. This could be 9, 8, and 6. That could be the case. And then this could be 9, right? This cannot be the case that this is 2 and then 1, first of all. And if we tried to have a 1 here, that would make this 2 and 4, and that would be next to a guaranteed 1 or 9 of the same set here. These are all orange. This could be 6 here. So we're not guaranteed that this is orange here. These are all yellow. This could be 3 or 7 here. This could be up to... we don't know what this is. Okay. So either this is the orange one, which is next to 2 and 4, or this is the orange one, which would have to be next to 2 and 3. which would next make that the 4. So we have no real guarantees about that cell there. Hmm. This is very interesting, actually. The limitations are pretty strong. Oh, this is 1 or 9. That means this cannot be 3 or 7 here. This has to be a 1, 2, 8, 9 for the yellow here. Guaranteed. This does not have to be that guaranteed. This is 1 or 9, though, so it has to be. That means this could technically be the orange 2 or 8. We don't know. So the yellow 4 or 6 is guaranteed to be here. That doesn't tell us very much. Okay, what are the remaining digits in row 5 then? We have 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. This cannot be 7. Can it ever be 2 or 8 here? I guess if it's the same set as this cell, but we don't know. This is 1, 2, 8, or 9, so this must be the same yellow set. It cannot be 1 or 9 here of the yellow set, no matter what, because the yellow set 1 or 9 is guaranteed to be here. This has to be 4 or 6, actually. Because it cannot be 1, 9 or 2, 8 of the yellow set. It can't be 3, 7 of the yellow set. So this is 4, 6 of the yellow set, which means this cannot be 1, 9 of the yellow set. It has to be the 2, 8, because 1 and 9 is not 2 or more away, 2 or fewer away from 4 and 6. So this is the 1, 9 of the yellow set. This is the 2, 8 of the yellow set. Therefore, the rest of row 6 are either 5 or the orange version of that. Interesting. 4 or 6. This could be yellow or orange, so we don't know. 4 or 6 could be, so this is also 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It cannot be, right, it cannot be 1 or 9 here. Okay. Interesting. We don't have very many other restrictions right now. The yellow 1 or 9, can it ever be here? Well, I mean, it has to be one of these 3. Can it ever be here is kind of the question. I think the answer to that is no. Yeah, yellow cannot be one step away from any of the high oranges, right? So you have 6. If say yellow's was low, you would have 6 to 3 to 4 at most, or 4 at least. So this could not be the yellow 1, 9. This has to be the yellow 1, 9 here. The yellow 2, 8 is one of these 3. It cannot also be there. So the yellow 2, 8 is one of these 2. Interesting. Yellow 4, 6 cannot be here. Yellow 4, 6 could be here. Where's the yellow 3, 7? Can it be either of these? Yellow 3, 7 cannot be next to the orange 4, 6. Right? 3 cannot be next to 6. 4 cannot be next to 7. So neither of these can be the yellow 3, 7. Same with this cell here. So this has to be the yellow 2, 8, 3, 7 pair. This could be yellow 4, 6, or this could be yellow 4, 6. One of them's 5. Okay. Huh. Do these have to be the same set? Not necessarily. So this is either orange of the different set, or it's yellow, one of the yellows, right? Hmm. Interesting. What else do we know about this? This is actually very interesting. I've never done the small difference lines, and it's definitely very, very different logic behind it. And nothing very similar to what I've done before. So one of these three is guaranteed to be yellow or orange, yellow 4, 6, or 5. Huh. Could both of them be here? Possibly. This digit has to be next to 4, 6, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 also. This is orange or 5. I guess this could be orange too. Only one of these two is orange, but it's still pretty far removed from these cells. Oh, what are the remaining digits in these cells? One of them is orange 3, 7. The other ones are yellow 4, 6 and 5. Orange 3, 7 could be any of these, so that's fine. Yellow 4, 6 could potentially be here. Maybe. So let's try that. Let's say this was yellow 4, 6, right? If this is yellow 4, 6, this would have to be a 5. This would have to be orange 3, 7. 5 could only be next to orange 4, 6. This would be orange 4, 6. This would have to be orange 1, 9. So this couldn't be orange 4, 6. This couldn't be orange 4 and 6. So that seems fine. This would not be orange, so this would have to be orange 2, 8. That would force this to be yellow 4, 6. Yeah, that seems fine. So, this can't be. Oh, no, it's not fine. Orange 4, 6 would have to be next to the orange 1, 9, which is not possible to be next to. So this can never here be an orange a yellow 4, 6. So it's either orange 3, 7 or it's 5. So this is orange 3, 7 or 5. We're not sure which. Can this be yellow 4, 6? If this is yellow 4, 6, this is guaranteed to be orange 4, 6, which means that it would be next to both orange 1, 9 and orange 2, 8, which is not possible. So no, this can't be yellow. This cannot be yellow 4, 6 either. So this has to be orange, yellow 4, 6 here. Since this is yellow 4, 6, it must be next to the orange 4, 6, which must be next to the orange 2, 8, which must be next to the orange 1, 9. 2, 8 orange cannot be next to 5, so it must be next to the orange 3, 7, which means this is not orange. This is a 5. So this is 5, 1, 9, which 1, 9 cannot be next to. So this is orange 1, 9. It also, okay, so these are all the yellows. So this cannot be yellow. This has to be orange. And 5 cannot be next to the orange 2, 8, so it must be next to the orange 4, 6. Therefore, this is the yellow orange 2, 8, which means this cannot be the 2, 8. This has to be the yellow 4, 6. This orange 2, 8 means this cannot be orange 2, 8 here. So this has to be the orange 3, 7. But this can't be 7, so this must be 3. So all the oranges are low, and all the yellows are high. Therefore, this is 3, this is 2, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 6. This is 9, this is 3. This is a 7, 8 pair. That forces us to be 9, 7, 8, 6, 6. This can't be 2, 3. It cannot be 6, 7, or 8. So this is a 4 and is low. Which means these form a 1, 2, 5 triplet because these are all low. And this must be a 3, 4 pair, which means this cannot be pink. This cannot be 2, 3, or 4. This can't be 6. This has to be a 7, 8 pair. So this is high. This is then 9, 8, and 6. These digits have to be 2 away or less from 6. So it's 4, 5, or 7. Cannot be 7 because of the 7 in the column. 7, 8 pair in the column. 4 can only be next to 2 or 5 here. 4 can also be next to only 6 here out of the high digits, which it has to be. So these are all high digits. This is a low. This cannot be low here. This has to be high or a 5. So this could be 5 or 9 here. These are 2, 5, or 9. This is a 3. 3 can only be next to 1, 2, no 2 or 3. Could be 4 or 5 here. So 1, 4, 5. 6 can only be next to 5, 7, or 8 here. This is 7 or 8. This is 7 or 8. Remaining digits in column. Okay, so 6 can only be next to 4, 5, 7, and 8. Remaining digits in column 4 are 1, 2, 7. Remaining digits in column 6 are 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 2 away from 2 or 5 can be 1 through 7, but it can't be 7 here. Cannot be 3 because of the 3 in the column. 2 or less away from 1 through 6. This can't be 1 because if it were 1, that's not 2 or less away from 4. So any of these work. 6 can be next to 4, but it can't be 4 here. 5, 7, 8. That's it. 5, 7, and 8. This cannot be 5, therefore this is 7 or 8. 7 or 8. This is a 7, 8 pair, which eliminates 7 and 8 in the rest of row 3. That leaves the remaining digits as 2, 3, 4, 6, and 9. This cannot be 2 or 9 because it's next to 5. 5 can only be next to 3, 4, 6, 7. What's next to 5 or 9 here? And it has to be 2 out of 2, 5, or so it's either 2, 5 or it's 2, 9. Sorry, 2, 5 or 5, 9. There's no digit that's 2 away from both 2 and 9. Right? 2 goes up to 4, 9 goes down to 7 at most. So you're guaranteed a 5 here. This cannot be 5 here. So 2 or more away from 5. It cannot be 2 here. It could be 9. No. 9 has to be 2 or more away from 5. So this can't be 9 either. So this is 3, 4, or 6 here. You have to have this be 2 or more away from 7 or 8. It cannot be 2, 3, or 4. It's 6 or 9 here. Okay. This can't be 3 because of the 3 in the column. Therefore, we're guaranteed one of these digits is a 3. This can't be 7 because this 7 eliminates 7 here. So this is 8, which makes this 7. This can't be 7 or 8, so it must be 5. The only digits which are 2 or more away from 5 have to be 3, 4, 6, or 7. 4 and 6 cannot be here. This becomes a 3, 7 pair, which eliminates 3 and 7 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 7. This is 8, which makes this 7, which makes that 8. 8 can be next to 6 or 9. If this were 3 or 7, say this was, can you ever get there? 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 6 is possible. So that's possible. This 5 eliminates 5 here. So this is definitely a low. This 3 eliminates 3 here, so this is 7, which makes this a 3. Therefore, this must be 3, 2, because it cannot be 4, 5, or 6. Then that forces this to be 4, and that forces this to be 6. This cannot be 2, 4, or 6, so it's 9. That eliminates 6 here. This becomes a 3, 4 pair, which eliminates 3 and 4 from the rest of the row. So this must be 2 here. That makes this 1. This can't be 1 or 4, so this must be 5. 2 away from 3 or 4 cannot contain a 9. 2 or more or less away from 3 or 4 cannot contain 9. So this is 5, this is 2, this is 9. 3 or 4, the remaining digits in row 2 are 6 and 9. 9 is not 2 or more away from 2 or less away from 3 or 4. So this has to be 6, which makes that 9. That forces this to be 4, which makes that 3. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 3 and 4. 2 or less away from 5 is 7. So that's 7 and 8. This cannot be 5 or 8. It's 4, 7 here. Remaining digits in row 1 are 1, 7, and 8. And this can't be 1, this can't be 7, that can't be 8. Okay, this 1 eliminates 1 here, so that's 2, which makes this 5. So that leaves this as a 1 here. This cannot be 2 or 5. We have a 4, 6 pair here, which either of those can be in column 7. Remaining digits in column 8 are 1, 2, and 9. This can't be 9 because of the 9 in the row. Remaining digits in column 9 are 3, 5, 8. This can't be 8 because of the 8 in the row. So either of these work right now. Remaining digits in column 1, we have 3, 4, 6, no, not 3, 4, 3, 6, 7, 8. Remaining digits in column 2, we have 1, 5, 8, and 9. And remaining digits in column 3, we have 1, 2, 4, and 7. 7 cannot be here. 7 cannot be here. These can't be 6, no 8, no 9 here, no 8 here. Okay. Can this ever be 1? No, because if it were 1, That would have to be next to 2 or 3, and neither of these could be 2 or 3. Can this be 1? No, for the same reason. If this is 8, this is 7, and then this would have to be at most 4, but that's too far. So this cannot be 8. This can't be 7. If this is 7, that would be at most 4, and that's too far away, and you can't have 8 or 9 there. So this is 4. That makes this a 2 because 7's too far away. So this can't be 2 or 4, it's 1, which makes this not 1, so it's 7, which makes this 8, which makes that 1. So this cannot be 1 here. This 2 or less away from 4 has to be 5. So this can't be 8, this is 3. That can't be 3, no 3 or 8. This 5 eliminates 5 in the rest of the row. Remaining digits can only be 1 or 2 here. This can't be 1 or 7, so this is 2. This can't be... Where are the remaining 1 and 2s? This 1 or 2 eliminates 1 or 2 here, so this is 9. This can't be 2 or 9, so it's 1, which makes this 2. This can't be 1 or 2, so it's 7, which makes this not 7, so that's 1. 7 eliminates 7 here, so it's 6 and 7. 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 4 and 6. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 5. This 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 9, which makes this 8. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 3, which makes this 4. This can't be 3 or 8, so it's 5, which makes this 3, which makes this an 8. And that's a solution. Yeah, pretty interesting how this rule set works. Yeah, it's a very interesting rule set. It's not as easy to differentiate for the sets here. You have to have a lot of logic behind it, actually. But it's not difficult. Is it challenging? I don't know. Once you start getting the hang of it, I don't feel it's that challenging either. It's just really the break-in that was kind of a little bit challenging, but that's it. Once you got that, everything else flowed very well from that. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.